Hello, dear friends. Welcome to this program, Our Moments with God, Our Moments with the Word of God, Our Moments with the love, mercy, and compassion of God, Our Moments also with the holy ones of God, the saints of God. Today, we will be talking about Saint Cornelius and Saint Cyprian, martyrs of very early age, and also to turn our attention to our own selves so that we spend some moments also with ourselves where we can trace and find out how close we have become to God, or are we becoming or are we not becoming close to God. And I also invite you to be co-missionaries with me by just sharing the videos with others and asking your friends also to share the videos and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Yes, as I said, today we celebrate the feast of Saint Cornelius and Saint Cyprian. Both of them were martyrs in the 3rd century, around 251 to 258. Saint Cornelius, of course, was exiled because he was a good preacher and always spoke about the word of God, and therefore he was exiled. And Saint Cyprian lived actually in Africa and was also a bishop, but there again there was persecution and he was also exiled, and then finally he was beheaded before other Christians. So you see, the persecution of Christians is not something new that is happening now in the modern world, particularly in India or in some of the Islamic countries, but it has also been happening right from the birth of Christianity. And it will continue if we really want to follow Christ and if we follow His path, which is difficult and challenging for the rest of the world. Speaking about love, forgiveness, equality, and respect for each one, some people will not like that because they want to dominate, they want to crush people, they don't want to give them their rights, etc. And in the gospel, we find today how Jesus raises the son of a widow in Nain who was dead and who was being carried by a lot of people. And Jesus had pity on this woman and touched the bar and raised this boy up, and he started speaking. And St. Augustine, commenting on this gospel, St. Augustine speaks that yes, Jesus raised this man from the dead, his physical body was raised again to life. But what about those people whose souls are dead or whose spiritual life is practically dead or is indifferent? What happens to those people? Can God also touch them? Yes, if there is an opportunity, God can also touch them and raise their spiritual life. But most often, God also leaves us free to choose our own path, and He does not interfere in our spiritual life. That's why in the beginning of the program, I always say our moments also with our inner self, where we can trace and find out God's love and God's mercy, and also where we are at our present moment, whether we are getting close to God or not. And my dear friends, this is important for our spiritual life, that we let our spiritual life not die. Yes, constantly we need to be aware of what is happening within ourselves and how we need to listen to the Word of God and practice it in our life, and also be charitable to one another, show our love to other people as God's love has been shown to us. And if you like, you may please subscribe to this channel. Thank you.